Hello and welcome to Baron's Game Room. I'm Aaron as always, and today I want to teach you guys a new game you can play with just a set of dominoes at home. I feel this game's actually double appropriate for doing this week for two reasons. One, it's Pride Month, and I actually got my set of dominoes given to me for free at a drag show. Yeah, for a while we were actually doing game nights around town where we just bring a bunch of stuff from our collection to various breweries and coffee shops and stuff around town, and people would come and just, play games, just to give people something to do for the evening. That was a cool thing to do. But one time, we were doing it at a brewery that decided to do a little collaboration event with us and a drag show they were doing that night. A woman came in and set down a set of dominoes onto our table, said, "I don't really play with these, you guys can have them." And we were like, cool, I guess. I didn't own a set of dominoes yet, so but now I do. They also gave us this cool game called Drop Mix. If you guys haven't seen that one, it's pretty wicked. It's like playing cards down on this machine that turns it all into a big mix of different songs. It's really cool, but I can't show you it because I lost my iPad that had the app that goes with it. And when I got an iPad again, the app was delisted, so I can't play that game anymore. I believe I sold it to somebody a while back. But the second reason it's appropriate is because it's a adaptation of the game I taught you guys how to play last week, Goita. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I mentioned last week that I was really into Goita and that mechanic, and I had adapted the rules from Goita to work with a set of dominoes. And that's what I want to show you guys today, is how to play that sort of Goita adaptation game I have for a set of dominoes you can play at home, because I'm sure a bunch of you may not have a set of shogi pieces at home, but I bet a lot more of you probably have a set of dominoes. Now, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to play this game with a set of double six dominoes, but I would say, even though I got to test it, I'm certain this game will work with any size set of dominoes. So if you've got double nines or whatever, this game should work perfectly fine with that as well. Oh yeah, and last week I mentioned ignore the mess in the background. I was working on a project. This was the project. I was painting the back of my dominoes. Now they are green and black like the case they came in. All right, obviously to start the game, you're going to shuffle up your dominoes and then have each player take 7 dominoes into their hand. This game does work anywhere from 2 to 4 players. If you're playing with less than 4 players, just be sure to keep any of the unused dominoes near the center or off to the side of the table as a draw pile. Otherwise, all the dominoes will be claimed by the players, obviously. For the very start of the game, whichever player drew the highest double will start the game off. In the hands I happen to deal out, this player drew the double 6, so they'll start the game off by playing that. Otherwise, after the first round, every other round is going to be whoever won the last hand. So whoever won the last round starts off the next round. This game is all about call and response. Basically, whenever a player plays down a domino, they're going to play it to the left of their play area. When you're playing a double, obviously it's always going to be the same number, but if you're playing a different one, like let's say this, it's another double, crap. Like let's say this 4-2, whichever one you have pointing towards the center of the table is what you've played as. So in this situation, this player will have played this domino as a 2. If they were to play it this way, they will have played it as a 4, as that's towards the center of the table. But like I said, whoever draws the highest double starts the game off. So this player starts the game off by calling for a 6. In this game, each player needs to either respond to the current call and then make a new call themselves, or they have to pass. So, since this player is calling for 6s, this player now needs to play a 6 in response, which, hey, they thankfully have. So, they're going to play a 6 and then play their own domino to respond with. They're going to say 3s. They want to call out 3s. Now it's on to this player, who needs to respond with a 3. And let's just say, for example, that this player does not have a 3. Then they would simply pass, and it would go on to me over here, who now needs to respond with a 3. Now, as far as passing, in a 4-player game, a passing will just pass the turn. But in a 3 or 2-player game, where there will be unused dominoes off to the side, that is now a draw pile. So, let's say, for example, 6, 3 over to me. Let's say I don't have a 3 over here. I would pass, but I'd also draw 1 domino before passing. If the domino I pick up is the number being called, I can immediately play it and take a turn. Otherwise, it goes to my hand. So since I drew this double 4, that means it just goes to my hand and I pass my turn. But if, for example, I draw this one, which has a 3 on it, I can immediately play it and then go ahead and make my own call and say, okay, well, I'm going to say 5s. In the event that every player has to pass and it gets back around to you, the player who played the last call, you simply play a new call out. So let's say I played this 5 and let's say they both pass and it comes back around to me. I would simply play a new call and go, okay, cool. Then I'm going to play 5s again, which, like we've already established, will likely cause them both to pass. And then back to me where I could be like, cool, now 2s. And that's really the whole game as far as a round. You play until somebody empties out their whole hand. Once somebody plays their whole hand, whatever the last domino they play is, they score points equal to all the pips on that domino. So if this were the last domino I played, I would score 7 points, since it's 6 plus 1. Or if I've been lucky enough to save like this one, I'd score 11 points, 6 plus 5. Whatever the last domino you play is, you score points equal to what's on it. This one would only score me 1. But you can also score some bonus points at the end as well. Once you play your last domino, you'll still play one side up as a call, and every other player will have one last chance to respond to it. They won't make any calls. They'll simply respond to yours. And for each one that can't respond to your call, you score 1 bonus point. So let's say my final one was a 1. There's more 6s here. We'll say 6s. My final one was a 6. Each player here now has a chance to play a 6 from their hand to stop me from getting a bonus point. Believe it or not, this player actually doesn't have any 6s, so they wouldn't be able to play anything. So I would score 6, 7, plus 1 bonus point there, 8. And then this player, believe it or not, that player actually also doesn't have a 6, but let's give them one just for example's sake. Here. We'll give this player a 6 so they can play it to stop my bonus point. So in a 3-player game here, we'll say I ended my thing with this, which would score me 7 points, and then I would get 1 extra bonus point for this player not being able to respond to my 6. They stopped me from getting another bonus point. If neither of them had it, then I would score 2 extra bonus points. And the same goes if I had a 4-player game going as well. And that's a round of the game. After that, you just turn them all back over, shuffle them back up, deal them back out, and the player to the left of the dealer, the dealer is whoever won the last round. I might have said that wrong earlier. Whoops. The player to the left of the dealer is whoever won the last round, would start the round off. So in this situation, I won the last round, so the player to the left over here would start the next round. Yes, that happened to be the same player that started the last round. Doesn't matter. First round of the game will always start with the player playing the highest double, which means they won't get a choice as to what they start with. But after that, every other round, whoever goes first can pick anything from their hand to start the round off with. So in the next round, this player could pick anything, say they're 4-5 to start off with and call for 4. And that's, the whole game. As for the end game, you just pick a score you want to play to and play first to that score. Personally, when we play, we tend to play first to 30 points for a short game and first to 50 points for a normal length game. You could also, if you wanted to, I guess, do a set number of rounds, and then whoever has the highest score at the end wins. As I said last week, my family played a lot of Moon and all that, so I'm really into Moon. Love playing that with my dominoes. I've been personally having a lot of fun with this game, and I hope you guys also end up having a ton of fun with it. Before you go, 2 things I really want to ask you guys before you go is, 1, I want you guys to tell me about if you have any other ideas for some additional rules you might be able to add to this game, because I think the best thing about abstract games you can play with, poker cards and dominoes and dice and stuff like that is the sort of community collaborative effort of, over the years, people playing games and coming up with new variants and rules. I would love to hear any new rules you guys might have for this game. I have one little rule that I've been kind of working on but haven't quite played out on, like, having some sort of special rule for if someone ends up scoring the double blank for their final tile, as that'll obviously not score them any points. So I was wondering if maybe there's some special rule we could have for that one, but I'm not sure yet. Give me your ideas. And secondly, before you go, I don't really have a name for this yet. It feels weird calling it Goita because that's already a different game you play with the shogi pieces. So I've been trying to figure out what I should call this domino game spin-off variant adaptation. If you have any ideas, let me know. I'd love to hear them. But yeah, let me know your ideas, and see you next time, guys.